Hi, it's Tash. Welcome to Tash's Library. Today's video is going to be my June TBR. And once again, I'm going to go to my fun TBR game. Very, very exciting. Now, I do have two possible books that I can put in for Buzzwordathon this month. And I will put the link down to Buzzwordathon below if you're interested in participating in that. But it's repeating words in the title. So I can either get tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow on there, or I can get the city and the city by China Mieville. So those are the only two books that fulfill that. So I'm hoping I can get at least one of those onto my TBR, and I'm pretty keen to read both of them. So I'm kind of hoping for the city and the city, just because I'm a little bit intrigued about that one. But you know what? If I can get either of them onto my TBR, it's going to be great. I'm going to go 8 rolls as usual. Yeah, probably a bit silly. But anyway, let's begin. And here's the board. Once again, I just keep going around the track, throwing 2 dice. If I throw a double, I have to add an extra roll to my game. I'm going to use my little Eeyore counter, and he starts over here. Now, depending on what color I land on, I pull a corresponding colored card. So red is It's a Vibe. So these are genres, types, tropes, anything like that. What's in a Name? Title prompts. It's So Random is games like Pick a Wheels, etc. All in the Making is about publication details and authors, and From Cover to Cover are cover prompts. I'm going to do my 8 rolls. I know it's always ambitious. I don't know why I do this to myself, but it's kind of exciting. And hopefully this month I'm not going to throw 3 lots of double sixes, because that was insane. All right, so without further ado, let us begin. So the first roll is an 8. So Eeyore, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is a purple. So from cover to cover, and I have already shuffled these, so I'm just going to pick the top one, and it's a light color cover. So that's any cover that's light. So white, beige, pale, anything like that. Easy to find. I love cover prompts. The first roll was from cover to cover, and I got a light cover. So it's just got to be a cover that is predominantly a light color. I'm going to go with this one with a continuation of a series, The Hunger of the Gods by John Gwynne. I absolutely adored Shadow of the Gods, which is a Norse-inspired epic fantasy following a few different POV characters. It is heart-wrenching, heartbreaking, exciting, action-packed, and I still contend that, I believe that John Gwynne is one of the best battle writers out there. I cannot wait to continue the series, particularly since the third book in the trilogy is coming out this year. Roll number 2 is going to be a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Green. Woohoo! It's so random. I love the It's So Random prompts. I've hardly pulled any. Let's hope it's a good one. TBR veteran pick. Right. I'm not sure if I'm happy about this, but it's probably going to be good. So basically, this is a pile of books that I have had on my shelf for quite some time. I've thrown them all into a bag and it could be good to pull one of these, right? Yes, I should get to them. I'm just a bit scared because there are some books in there that I'm not crazy keen to read at the moment. But let's see what I end up with. And I finally got an It's So Random, my favorite color, and I do quite enjoy some of these games, although they can be nasty sometimes. Anyway, this one wasn't incredibly kind. It was a TBR veteran pick, and that means that I have no choice in what I get. I'm going to basically have to pick from our TBR veteran little pencil case, which has superbly cute dogs on it. And what I've done is I've put books that I've been really putting off generally, that have just been on my shelves for ages and I never pick, and they are all in here, and I'm going to just randomly pick one and I'm going to have to read it. Now, there are some books in here I really do not feel like reading at the moment. I'm just not in the mood. And one of them, yes, don't kill me, but Assassin's Apprentice is in here, and I'm just not in the mood for that kind of book at the moment. I don't want depressing. I know, and I like depressing in some books, but I just feel like I need depressing, really interspersed with quite a lot of action and escapism as well. And so this could come out, and then I'm like stuck. But anyway, there's a range. Let's give it a good little shake, and I'm going to randomly pick one. Which one should I pick? I'm going to pick this one. Oh my gosh, I am absolutely terrified. These are on cute little post-it notes, and they are holding up something. Oh, can we see what we have? Okay, I'm happy with this. Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I'm okay with this. This is actually, I mean, it's a chunky book, but it is a book I've been wanting to read. Yes, it's starting a new series, but that's okay because I've had this one for so long and I haven't got to it yet, even though I loved the Shadow and Storm. Is it Storm? I can't even remember. But anyway, I did really, really love her other trilogy. And yes, I'm okay with this. This is really exciting. Let me grab the book. All right, here it is. Six of Crows, Leigh Bardugo. I believe this is like a heist book. So it describes itself as a convict with a thirst for revenge, a sharpshooter who can't walk away from a wager, a runaway of a privileged past, a spy known as the Wraith, a heartrender using her magic to survive the slums, a thief with a gift for unlikely escapes. Kaz Brecker and his crew are the only ones who might stand between the world and destruction if they don't kill each other first. I'm actually really excited about this because I keep putting it off, but I'm actually like, this is going to be really fun. Yes, and it will get done. And it's only a duology, so even if I start this, it's not too bad. Roll number 3 is a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, another green. It's making up for it. All right, let's see what the next one is. Popular on Storygraph. Okay, so that's kind of cool. It means I just go to the popular section on Storygraph and scroll until I find a book that I actually own. Once again, a bit scary because it could be anything. It could be a massive like 1,000-page book. It could be a book that I'm not in the mood for. But anyway, let's see what I find. Another It's So Random, and this one is Popular on Storygraph. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to screen record and go onto Storygraph. As you can see, I'm just going to go to the front page on my phone, and I've got my to read pile, then I've got recommendations, giveaways, and then I've got Popular this week. Okay, so what have I got here? Excellent. Oh my gosh, I actually have tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. So yeah, I think that's the one I'm going to have to read, and that will actually fulfill one of my buzzword books. All right, so let's grab this book. I can't believe this actually happened. Like, seriously, like I was just saying, I needed to get this book on there, and it happens to be the top book for today's Popular on Storybook. All right, so this is a contemporary fiction book. It's not a romance, but is about love. Two kids meet in a hospital gaming room in 1987. One is visiting her sister, the other is recovering from a car crash. The days and months are long there. Their love of video games becomes a shared world of joy, escape, and fierce competition. But all too soon, that time is over, fades from view. When the pair spot each other 8 years later in a crowded train station, they are catapulted back to that moment. The spark is immediate, and together they get to work on what they love, making games to delight, challenge, and immerse players. Their collaborations make them superstars. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard different things about this. I'm not a massive fan of contemporary fiction, so I'm not sure what to expect. But you know what? It fits the buzzword tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. That's as repetitious as you can possibly get. Roll number 4. Here's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Red. It's a vibe. And I've got a book set in our world. Okay. So it can be fantasy or sci-fi, but it's got to actually be set in our world. I'm guessing ideally in our time, but not necessarily. Time could change. But anyway, this is kind of cool. There's a lot of options for this one. And it's a vibe, a book set in our world. And for this one, I'm going to take the opportunity to get a mystery novel on here. This is the sequel to the Thursday Murder Club, and it's The Man Who Died Twice. I initially was drawn to these because of the foxes, and I absolutely adore foxes. So anyway, they're really cool little books. I really enjoyed the first book, The Thursday Murder Club. It's basically these elderly people who get together to solve cold cases and crimes. They end up having to solve a murder. And yes, it's kind of cozy, but there's also some real dark elements in it. I enjoyed it, and I'm really wanting to continue the series. I've got all 4 books at this stage, and I've only read one of them. So about time I get onto it and get to hang out with my little buddy, the fox. Roll number 5. Double 6. Why? Why? Anyway, that's all right. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's a blue. Title prompt. What's in the name? Royalty in the title. Okay, so king, queen, etc. Be anything. I know what I should put on my TBR. The question is, will I? Let's think about it. What's in a name? And that is royalty in the title. And I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I am going to put the book that I have been avoiding onto my TBR. And I haven't been avoiding it because I haven't been looking forward to it. I've been avoiding it because it's a bit intimidating in terms of length and commitment to it, because it is going to be a big series too. And that is The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. Yes, I'm going to start the Stormlight Archive. Now, this doesn't look intimidating, but this is only part 1. Then I've got part 2, which basically means that if I am to read the entire thing, I'm looking at that. Now, I'm not sure. You tell me. On my TBR, should I put both of them or just the part 1? I'm not sure. I'm going to try potentially to read both of them, but I'll be happy if I just even read part 1. That's a start, right? But anyway, it does have royalty in the title, and I'm super excited about it. I actually know nothing about the Stormlight Archive at all, and I kind of don't really want to know anything getting started. So I think everyone knows about it. If you've read it, you know it. If you haven't read it, you probably have heard of it. But I'm not going to read the synopsis because I just know it's Brandon Sanderson. It's going to be super exciting. And yes, I believe it's epic. I believe there's storm magic, but that's all I know about it. And I'm just going to go in blind. Roll number 6 is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yellow. All in the making. So it's a publication prompt, and it's a gifted book. Okay, so this has to be a book that has been given to me in some way. I do have quite a few birthday, Christmas gifts that I should get to. All in the making, and this time it's a gifted book. So I had a few choices from my birthday and Christmas, but I've decided to go with the birthday gift, mainly because I'm actually super excited to get this one, and I haven't really got it onto my TBR in the last few months, and that is The Wolf in the Whale. Now, this is supposedly a really cool mythology book. Born with the soul of a hunter and chosen by the spirit of the wolf, Omat is destined to follow in her grandfather's footsteps, invoking the spirits of the land, the sea, and the sky to protect her people. But the gods have stopped listening, and Omat's family are starving. Alone at the edge of the world, hope is the only thing they have left. Desperate to save them, Omat journeys across the icy wastes, fighting for survival with every step. When she meets a Viking warrior and his strange new gods, they set in motion a conflict that could shatter her world or save it. This is a blend of myth and magic from Norse and Inuit folklore. It's a tale of identity and survival. And yeah, this is really exciting. It's a really cool cover too, really like it. And it's about time I got to it because yes, it's been sitting around. Roll number 7 is a 6. Gosh, these dice like 6s, just in any capacity. It's just crazy. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another all in the making. And that's a high rated book. Okay, I can do that. Yes, I'll just go to Goodreads and sort it by rating and see what I've got. And then I've got all in the making, and this is a high rated book. So I'm going to go to Goodreads. So I'm going to screen record once again. I'm going to go to Goodreads, and these are my want to reads, and I'm going to sort by average rating. And it's already like from top to bottom. So I've got the Elements of Time. I actually really want to read this. This is very highly rated, but doesn't have a lot of ratings. But I am keen, so that's a possibility. You know what? I'm just going to go with that because it is the top. I do want to read it. I quite like indie books, and you know what? I've heard kind of cool things about it. I don't know too much. This is a series. It is the number 1 of the Elements of Time. And the description is destiny, personal responsibility, what the future holds, common concerns for anyone graduating high school, but usually not because of a cosmic war between timeless beings when you're the central player. Right, so as the end of school quickly approaches and Cooper Bailey watches his perfect world slip away, his only concern is savoring every last minute of his high school career. Right, when a mysterious mirror-masked man begs for their help to stop a dangerous heretic, Cooper and Reed, his best friend, find themselves thrust into unknown worlds, wrestling with destiny as old as time itself. I'm keen. I mean, it's a fairly a long book, I believe. I think it's 600 pages. What am I doing to myself? But anyway, okay, who knows? It could be fine. It could be fine. I can do this. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to be putting on there. And the final roll. This is a quick one. Yeah, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A title prompt. And it's a negative word in the title. That's kind of cool. So it's got to have no or non. Or it can have things like evil or, I don't know, contempt or something like that. So this could be a really fun one. I do like my title prompts. So let's see what I find for this one. What's in a name? I've got a negative word in the title. So this is a really cool little prompt that is new. And that means I've just got to find a title that has some sort of word in it that is negative in connotation in some way. And so for this one, I'm going to go kind of a short one. I had quite a few options here. And there were some books that I really wanted to read, but they were fairly chunky, and I do have some chunks on my TBR already. And so I'm going to go with Ray Bradbury's Something Wicked This Way Comes. This gives me a different genre a little bit, and it's a short little book, so it shouldn't take me too long to read. I also love Ray Bradbury, and I've been wanting to get to this for some time. It's actually been on a TBR before, and I didn't get to it. So it's about time I got to it. This one follows All Hallows Eve and Cougar and Dark's pandemonium shadow show that has come to town. Hear the music, see the lights, shrug off life's worries, and enter a place where dreams are not dreams and wishes can be real. All this awaits two boys trembling on the brink of manhood, but entering the smoke, mazes, and mirrors, they will discover that not all dreams are worth a price that must be paid. This, I believe, is a little bit of a horror book. It sounds cool. I'm not a massive fan of carnival type circus books, but I think Ray Bradbury will do it well. So the game was sort of kind to me. Editing Tash here. Yes, I know. I just realized that I had thrown a double and I really should have done another roll, but I didn't. And I'm not going to go back. I feel like I have 8 fairly chunky books on my TBR. So I'm just going to go with that. I'll see, maybe if I don't get a double in for July, I will add that double to that one. We shall see if I punish myself for complete inability to play my game properly. It only gave me 8 rolls, which was a lot better than, May's 11 rolls. And yet I have still managed to get probably one of the biggest TBRs I've had for a while. Like, this is it, right? Plus my Kindle. Such chunks, seriously. So I've got Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow as a popular on Storygraph. I've got The Man Who Died Twice as a book set in our world. I've got The Way of Kings for royalty in the title. The Wolf and the Whale for a gifted book. Something Wicked This Way Comes for a negative word in the title. 6 of Crows for TBR veteran pick. And then I have The Hunger of the Gods for a light cover. And what's the other one? What's the other one I had? Oh my gosh. And then I got Elements of Time for a high rated book. Yes, this is massive because the 2 books on my Kindle are just like massive as well. So you're looking at the most crazy TBR. So yeah, I might need to be kind to myself and only read one of The Way of Kings, but we'll see how I go. I'm actually super excited about all of these books. Super excited. It's a really nice mix. The only thing I don't have on here is sci-fi, which is a bit sad, really. But anyway, that's okay. I guess Elements of Time is sci-fi elements to it. But yeah, it's going to be okay. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for watching. And until I see you next time, take care.